The ongoing effort by the military to positively identify fallen sailors from the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941 has touched a Utah family very closely. Now with news, there is a perfect DNA match. Central Utah Specialist Sam Penrod spoke with the sailor's family, who can now welcome him home after 3/4 of a century. Sam?
The family of Elliot Dean Larson held a funeral for him in March of 1942. That's 75 years ago. They also placed a headstone here in the Monroe Cemetery, and soon his remains will finally be laid to rest.
This is Elliot Dean Larson. Handsome guy, had brown eyes.
Photos and scrapbooks are the only memories Lisa King has of her Uncle Elliot.
Elliot Dean Larson, musician first class, U.S. Navy, is reported to have lost his life on December 7th, 1941.
But for a man who died long before she was born, she's always felt a close connection.
He never sat still for a minute, the way people described him, but very loving and kind. So it's been fun to kind of learn a little bit more about him.
Larson, who was in the Navy band and played the baritone, was about to return home and had only been on the USS Oklahoma for one day before he and 428 sailors were killed in the attack. Their unidentified remains have been interred in a cemetery in Honolulu. Recently, the military began using DNA of family members to identify those remains.
The DNA was taken in 2011, so we thought, oh, we're not going to hear anything. So it was a big surprise.
3 Navy officers delivered the news in February, and Lisa told her mother, who was Elliot's only living sibling.
My mom's 95 now, and for me to be able to tell her that was pretty amazing. So she cried and smiled at the same time. That's why I said it was pretty cool.
An emotional moment as this small town prepares to give a fallen hero a final homecoming 75 years after he was killed in the line of duty.
I didn't know him, but it's very humbling, very, very humbling. And we're proud of what he did, you know, that represented our country. He was just really an amazing guy from all that we've heard. And I just think it will be just a good closure for the whole family.
Larson's family plans a funeral service on May 26th, and then his remains will be laid to rest here in the Monroe Cemetery with full military honors. Sam Penrod, KSL 5 News, Sevier County.
Sam.